Hi everyone, welcome to Melissa's Home Cooking. Today I'm going to show you how to bake ANZAC Apricot cookies. ANZAC refers to Australia and New Zealand Army Corps. Every year in Australia and New Zealand we remember those that have fought in the war for us, for our freedom. So to commemorate that day, we celebrate with baking ANZAC cookies as one of the tradition things that we do in our family. So we have here in front of us 2 cups of flour, 2 cups of rolled oats, 1 1/4 cup of sugar. The recipe say I put there 1 1/2 if you want it sweeter, but I prefer it not so sweet, so 1 1/4. 2 cups of coconut, dry coconut, 1 cup of chopped apricots, 200 grams of butter, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, and this is golden syrup. We're going to put 4 tablespoons in a pot. I'll show you in a minute. And you need a big bowl, so we have a big bowl in a wooden spoon and a 1/2 cup of hot water. I'm going to show you how to do that. So firstly, get a mixing bowl and a wooden spoon, and we're going to put all the ingredients in. So your flour, your rolled oats, your coconut, mix them in, and your sugar, and you're going to put in the apricot as well. Mix everything in so it's all mixing nicely, and just make a round in the middle, and then we're going to put in the hot water. That's the hot water, 1/2 cup of that, and we're going to put in the baking soda. Just mix it in. And keep this aside. Then we're going to put the butter in the pot, and we're going to melt it butter on the saucepan, and by adding 4 tablespoons of the golden syrup. So it's quite sticky and sweet. So I got 1. 1, 2, 3, 4 of that, and now we're going to boil that on the stove on a medium low heat and let it melt it. So I forgot to mention, before you mix the flour in, make sure you preheat your oven to 180 Fahrenheit and line your baking tray. So we're going to heat up the pot. And let it melt. On medium low heat, don't get burnt. Butter melt up. So now the butter and the golden syrup is melted. We're going to add in the boiling water with the baking soda. Yeah. So now we're going to mix everything in. And you're gonna mix everything. Very easy recipe that you don't even need a mixer, just a bowl to mix in. So just mix well.
Okay.
So just mix well. I forgot to mention too that my husband's side family, his grandfather was actually fought there in World War I, part of the ANZAC commemoration, to remember him as well. So see, this is all mixed well. And yeah, so now we can just put them on the baking tray. So now we're just gonna put it in the baking tray. So make sure you line your baking tray, or if you don't have baking paper, just lightly grease it with oil. So just get a teaspoon and just make it into balls. And we don't want it too close because it will expand as we bake them. So I'm just gonna keep doing that. Alright, and then we're just gonna push it down with a fork. And we're gonna carry on doing that. Here you go. So you just roll all the biscuits into a ball and make sure you use a fork to press it down. The recipe makes about 82 balls, but it's just depending on the size that you make them. If you make them bigger, then of course it'll be less, so about 60 to 80. So yeah, so we're going to put now in the oven. The oven is preheated to 180 at fan bake. So we're going to put it in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes, or until the biscuit is golden brown. So now the biscuit is cooked. We let it cool for about 5 minutes, and then you just got to spin out for about, make sure anything that's been stick together, just use a butter knife and just move them. Alright, so keep doing all that one. Just separate it. Yep. So now we can just use a spatula and just move it to the cooling rack. Let it cool. Once it's completely cold, you can just put it in an airtight container and it will store for a number of weeks. So this ANZAC cookies, if you don't have apricot, chopped apricot, you can just leave it up. The original recipe for ANZAC cookies is without the chopped apricot, so you can just leave it up. So just keep transferring everything into tray, into cooling rack, I mean. So if you are in Australia, New Zealand, it's something that's good to do with your children. All the way in. So here you go guys, this is our ANZAC apricot cookies all been baked. The original recipe is without the apricot. I just add in, improvise it to give it a bit more flavor. Yeah, this ANZAC cookies is to commemorate those soldiers that have fought for us hard and give us the freedom we are today. Also my grandfather-in-law was part of that ANZAC troops that served in the army. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and I hope to see you next time. I like mine with cup of tea, so nice. See you next time guys.